Welcome to this edition of Overweight and Obesity Soundbites. I am your host, Taiwo Ogunwale. In this podcast, I will be addressing you on a very important topic: overweight and obesity among youth, white and Native Americans, stroke Indians aged 15 to 24 years old. Obesity is the most prevalent nutritional disorder among children and adolescents in the United States. Approximately 21 to 24% of American children and adolescents are overweight, and another 16 to 18% is obese. The prevalence of obesity is highest among specific ethnic groups. Obesity rate among the youth aged 15 to 24 of Native American is 48.1 compared to the non-Hispanic white 30.0. According to the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Minority Health, American Indian and Alaska Native adults are 1.6 times more likely to be obese than Caucasians. In addition, almost 33% of all American Indians and Alaska Natives are obese. People who are overweight are more likely to suffer from high blood pressure, high levels of blood fats, diabetes, and LDL cholesterol, all risk factors for heart diseases and strokes. These diseases are chronic because they are illness or conditions that last 3 months or more. Generally, this disease cannot be cured by medications and do not disappear on their own. An article written by France Deep on July 17, 2015, titled "Why Obesity and Heart Diseases Hit Hard in India Country." She interviewed Crystal Epoch, who runs her own consulting firm in Colorado that advises non-profit working on American Indian issues. Together with other non-governmental organizations, they advocate for American Indians to gain better access to healthy food, which would in turn reduce rates of obesity, diabetes, and other diet-related ills that run rampant in the Native American population. She posed a question to Krista Epoch: why do you think American Indians have higher rates of obesity and diabetes than Americans in general? Crystal responded, "Poverty is a root cause. It is a lot cheaper to go to McDonald's and order stuff off the dollar menu than it is to go in and buy fruits and vegetables in a store when you are looking at many families that are surviving on one paycheck and feeding a dozen people." Another important component Crystal mentioned was how we are addressing historical trauma within Native American people. There has been increasing research out there linking trauma to health disparities. When you look at the history regarding Native Americans of forced removal, of genocide, the boarding schools, it is a layer upon layer of trauma that Native American people over generations have sustained. In this podcast, I encourage you, the youth, both white and Native Americans or Indians, to begin to eat right, increase your daily consumption of fruits and vegetables, drink enough water, abstain from sugary or any sweetening products, engage in active physical exercise. I thank you all, my dear listener, for listening to my podcast. The resources for this podcast and other health related topics would be found on our website at www.edunation.org. Additionally, you could find this podcast on the company's weekly bulletin. I thank you all once again, and God bless you all.